Alright guys, so we are going to be looking at this week's Warfare units. Over here we got the Glaze, what is it? Ares Color Commander type over here. So this is going to be our bingo set for this week over here. So we got 7 parts to be looking at over here. So there's only going to be one EX skill. So I will most likely not going to be like doing like a full on EX skill. I don't think this one is that much, it's not too interesting of my taste over here. I think the last 2 weeks or last 3 weeks one, they were definitely hype, right? Because like as I was testing them out, they were like extremely fun to use their EX skills. So this big around is a little bit dry in terms of like what the welfare units is looking at over here. Even the portrait over here are looking quite sad, to be honest with you guys. So this one is probably something you can just kind of skip. Let's say if you guys are not, let's say, having enough of these tickets over here. I know that every weekend when people are looking at these bingo set, they are lacking a lot of like these over here. Like let's say Commander Tech, that is one of the tickets you're going to be needing. I think a lot of people are just missing the W Awakenings circuit tickets. I think that is by far one of the harder item to be getting in game. So I do understand that fully. So if you guys are say this is probably not the week to be upgrading to like the level 99 or level 90 for your bingo set, it's completely fine. I think at the end of the day, it's just more like how much do you value that premium tickets where you can potentially get a Sokai. I think that is like possible, right? I think that is also like the big question to be asking. Let's say you do have all the resources necessary to upgrade to level 90, but is it that much worth it, for example, to just going to all like spending all your capitals, your resources for that premium ticket, right? So I think that is at the end of the day the most important question you want to be asking yourself. So for me personally, I do have all the resources necessary, so I don't mind doing it on camera and all that good stuff. But let's say new players, or even just players who are just starting out, let's say playing for like a good couple months, for example, I would say they still lack the means of like in terms of just capitals one thing, resources to be upgrading them. I would say this one is good. If you talk about working for some of those gears, because you're gonna need 15 of those gears to get up to the first 3 stars, 3-star word tag gears, and then as you move on to 4 stars, I don't even know how many parts we'll be needing, right? Commander is going to be one of the more formidable word tag the word tag gear to be using, but I have seen that most of the players who don't really use that too often, I think most of them just go to maybe mid range and long range. I think they have a lot more accessibility compared to Commander, so it's totally fine, right? I think the different playstyle, just like in terms of the gears, I think those should be pretty good. Like I think mid range and long range are definitely some good word tag gears you guys can be looking at. Commander is just like obviously like the rank 8 of the what gear you want to be using, right? But definitely not a lot of people can be looking at that. So that's probably the only good thing about this guy over here. Other than that, like other parts here, we guys just gonna take a quick look over here. First, I don't have everything maxed out or not, but we can just kind of infer what is like the maxed out number. So projectile speed increase, that is more of like having a beam weaponry hit your enemy a lot more faster. So that's pretty much kind of useless, I would say, in terms of like any of those events. I don't think it's too much of a necessity. Second portrait is just bad. Crit rate up, we don't need that. The arm is bad as well. I think at max probably gonna be looking at a 21% chance of penetrating super arbor, which I don't even know what that will proctor, right? So that is bad. In terms of the backpack, I think that one is pretty. It's just not good overall. It's just basically increasing whatever your magazine size of like your ranged weapon. So that's why, right? Second one, the melee weapon is bad as well, and then as well as the actual ranged weapon, that is pretty bad as well. So I would say the portrait is not anything someone can use immediately. For example, not any of your EXQ boostings and all that, or shooting power, melee power boosting. So it is pretty bad week overall. So you guys don't really like the overall unit, but please keep in mind that you want to get the full set for sure, because that would definitely go towards this completed collection. And you guys don't know, right? I'm pretty sure you guys should know already. The effects requirement, once you get up to 230 collections, you will be able to get a 15% gear effect increase. So that's why when I equip myself, let's say I don't know, like the 4-star gear up here, we're not actually looking at a flat, let's say 2000. I'm actually getting a little bit higher, or yeah, so just a little bit higher. So that is that, right? Just a little bit of a quick comparison. So you're not actually getting a flat out 2000. So I think that is something people should just kind of keep in mind as well. Because what is my armor with it? Yeah, you're not really getting a flat out 2000. So I think I'm getting up probably around a 2300-ish area. So yeah, so that's why it is extremely important to be getting, whoops, not this right here, but you know, getting the collection in right here. So I'm pretty sure later on they would definitely push this up a little bit higher, and then maybe making this gear effects up by 20%. So that is definitely something of an inbound for sure. So let me actually upgrade everything to level 90, and then we'll just actually hop in straight to the bingo set, and then you know, I'll collect the premium tickets, and then I'll do the one multi-summit with you guys. And I'll probably run through like a custom creative mission, and then just test out whatever the EXQ is for the lake, and then that should be pretty much of a video right here. So I will actually upgrade this on camera, but it will be fast forwarded, so you guys don't actually have to sit through here and then watch me upgrade my stuff, right? So we will be, you know, just transition right into the upgrade then. All right, so we have successfully upgraded everything to level 90 so far, except for the lake. I did wanted to get those extra dupes, so I can actually test out the EXK at fully level 10 over here. So we'll just actually go over to the bingo set over here. So this is what of the style looking at so far. I don't think there's anything too spectacular. I don't think there's like anything of a outstanding, for example. So we just kind of quickly take a look as well. I think it's actually not bad in terms of shot attack. I don't actually know like the actual rating for any of these wolfers, because I don't usually keep track of them. So my bad on that. But I'm just gonna quickly take a look. I don't. This is not like, oh, really high in any of those let's see, parameters, right? I think the last few weeks when we had, I forgot which few units, but there's some exceptional stat when you're looking at, let's say, the armor wise, they were like extremely high. This one, I think it's pretty low in terms of like the melee attack, right? Maybe you have to ask me on this. I think it's a little bit lowballing it. Like I said, I'm not really like keeping track of like what are the warfare stats, because I mean, like, this is pretty much like given to everyone already. And it's just a matter of fact, like, will anyone rather, like, will anyone take the chance of like upgrading it to this full extent, right? I think that's probably it in my opinion. But definitely, if you guys do have, let's say, the extra amount of like like those event points and you want to fully get to level 10. I think it's good just to have a parts out of level 10 to begin with. And then as you guys are progressing into the game, when you guys have more resources, and you, let's say, oh, I want to work on my work gear, right? Then you have some level 10 parts you're looking at over here, and then you guys be like, all right, I have these parts over here, so I can definitely upgrade it, right? But you do have to be careful, like what kind of work tag you're looking at. Commander is definitely one that is good. I think last week we were looking at Xeon and all that, so I'm like, Xeon, I think Zykotype, so I'm like, maybe not the best, right? Like this one definitely gonna be good, you know, Commander. Yeah. Stat on this is like, I think usually they're a little bit higher in like the mid 8,000 area. So this one just having just a tad lower is like probably not the best, right? Probably not the best, but you know, we'll just actually hop over to the achievement and then collect our bingo reward over here. So that is good, right? You know, let's see. Bingo says so there should be 7 parts, right? Yeah, 7 parts over here. So let me see how much reward we're getting. I'm pretty sure just the per usual. So I just want to see at the end of the day like how much more capitals I have to kind of invest into it. Because like something you guys have to do keep in mind as well is like whenever you invest into these over here, you can definitely get some of these back over here. But I say the only part you really kind of get back a lot is definitely going to be the W Awakening Sea circuits over here, or the circuit tickets over here. That is definitely something I think you lose on every week, right? Because right here you can only exchange up to how many is that? 50 part or 50. So you're looking at around 10, right? You need 5 per. So I mean, I guess you kind of can. Oh, but this is good. You get some alteration too. I think that is a lot of those things people are actually liking. So that is definitely good for sure. Like if you are able to complete it, but by all means, like you're gonna have to burn through a lot of resources, right? But I guess getting that alteration too is definitely worth it as well, because that is probably one of the harder items to be getting. So I will be doing another video talking about this banner specifically. In this video, I'm not really going to be doing that because I do want to talk about what we have for Thursday night update and all that good stuff over here. So we will just actually do this over here, and I'll sell my 3-star per usual. And then we'll just kind of see what we can get right here. And then I'm going to do the showcase with a leg EXQ. There's only one this week, so not really worth doing like the whole, let's say the multi-mission. So that's why we're going to be using the creative mission. I'm just going to actually skip it. Wow. We actually got a pretty decent parts on the list right here. We got a lot of good purple parts there, right there as well. So that is good. Well, I didn't know I was missing the heavy arm set, and that's good. I guess just getting it for completion, yeah, that's good. Unicorn leg or the Knight Gundam leg is definitely something I don't really need. So that's that. This one is definitely going to be good portrait. Not bad overall. So let's actually hop into a creative mission, and then I'm just gonna quickly test out the late EXQ, and then this will be a pretty much a set for this video over here. All right, so we are at a not limited time multi mission. We are at a creative mission over here. So what we're gonna do, we will just try to see if we can get the enemy off our hands for a second. So what does this do? Okay, whoa, we don't want to do that. I think I have some flat damage. That's why I'm able to do some damage for some, but let's see. Oh, man. Oh, it actually does have a pretty cool combo, like if you ask me, like, what is the range on this? Okay, I mean that's actually pretty cool, I guess. I think for me personally, it's a little bit slow on the like in terms of the animation wise, but I think it's actually a new animation, so I'm definitely for that. So I think that should be pretty much it. Definitely this week's welfare unit is not anything of a particularly good. I would say in terms of the portrait, I think they're pretty much disappointing. The Leg EXQ new animation does give me a little bit hope on like what they can be doing. So definitely if they would add more EXQ to that, I'll definitely say this one can be another one of those fun warfare parts to be using. But definitely the leg is actually pretty cool. I'll admit that. I think before hopping in, I was like, maybe it's not gonna be too good, but overall, I think I am pretty satisfied with that. So, with that being said, this will be pretty much it for this video over here, and then I will catch you guys all on the next one.